Dear Planet Youth partners, this last year has been a very eventful year with many new partners joining the Planet Youth Guidance Program. And with our existing partners continuing implementing the program across the 5 continents of the world. We have been discussing how to ensure that all our partners have up-to-date knowledge about the Planet Youth methodology and the best practices that can guarantee a successful implementation. This has led to the development of the Planet Youth Implementation Guide that we are launching here today. This is a very big step for us. For some years, we have been focused on standardizing the Planet Youth methodology based on the Icelandic prevention model. We need to ensure that the model can be adapted to the context in which it is implemented, and that its use creates real change for the children and youth in your communities. With the implementation guide, we have distilled the theory, experiences, and practices behind the Planet Youth methodology into a form that can hopefully help our partners in their implementations and guide our new partners in how to design a successful implementation process. The Planet Youth team has worked very hard to make this guide as easily accessible as possible in terms of writing, style, layout, and accessibility. We hope it will create value for you in your implementation efforts. We would also like to draw your attention to 2 other interesting Planet Youth initiatives that are happening. The first is our Planet Youth community on Facebook. Here, our partners can join a closed forum where they can exchange ideas, ask questions, and post examples of best practices in whatever language they want, thanks to Facebook translations. There are already about 30 partners from all around the world in this community, and lots of examples to learn from. If you as a partner search for the Planet Youth community, you will find it and you will be able to join. The other initiative is the Planet Youth International Conference held in León in the state of Guanajuato in Mexico from the 30th of November to the 4th of December this year. Planet Youth is arranging this event in cooperation with the government and state of Guanajuato, and we expect 1,500 to 2,000 guests to be attending in person and even more virtually. More information and registration is already available on our Planet Youth website. In today's webinar, we will be explaining the Planet Youth Implementation Guide content in more detail, how to use it, and where to access it. Our colleague Robin Katrick will briefly introduce this to you, and then we can have a discussion or ask questions. We are very much looking forward to our continuing dialogue with you, and good luck in improving the lives of children worldwide. Our best wishes to all of you. Thank you. Robin?
Hi, everyone. I'm Robin Katrick. I'm the Community Development Advisor at Planet Youth. While I pull up some slides to present the guide to you, if you would like, you can introduce yourself in the chat so we know who's here. So I am so excited to share this community implementation guide with you. This has been a big project I've been working on with the Planet Youth team for the last several months. And today I'm going to give you a little bit of an overview of what this guide looks like and how you can use it. So the guide is 92 pages of content with 5 major sections. And this is really meant to help Planet Youth partners go through every step of the Planet Youth process, from understanding the Planet Youth methodology, to figuring out the structure in their communities and how to sign on, the core steps, evaluation, and the practice toolbox. The practice toolbox is a lot of great templates and ideas and examples that have been established in Iceland and around the world that we know to work really well. So I'm excited about partners being able to access that section in particular. I think it will be really helpful to community implementation. The content from this guide is created from years of research and publications. You may recognize the image on the slide from the website. If you haven't had the opportunity to look at all the publications out of Planet Youth, I highly recommend that you take some time and do so. The guide was created from this research, and it really breaks it down into easy to understand steps with tools, templates, and examples to support local capacity building and implementation. If you've communicated with us or signed on with us, then you likely recognize these two articles on the slide. And these two articles were essential in developing this guide. Some highlights from this guide are information about Planet Youth and answers to frequently asked questions. Not only do we have frequently asked questions about what Planet Youth is, we also have really great content around frequently asked questions and community meetings to really support our partners in implementation. There's guidance on how to sign on to this program, local structure examples, and team role descriptions. There's detailed information on each step of the Planet Youth 10-step process and examples and supportive tools and templates to go along with each step. There's detailed information on evaluation, and this includes independent site evaluations, the process follow-up assessment, prevention capacity assessment, and key indicators for year one. There's a lot of resources from how to write an elevator speech to creating materials and handouts and facilitating local team meetings. There's great examples on goals and strategies under each Planet Youth domain. There's templates for action planning, dissemination, and more, and also recommended resources and reading. So to give you some practical information on how to use this guide, because 92 pages is a lot to read, we understand that. To start, the intended audience of this guide is our Planet Youth partners that have signed on to the guidance program. If you're on this webinar and you haven't signed on with Planet Youth yet, we do have a guidebook that you also can use, and that's the information guide. And this will give you a lot of great information on what the guidance program is and can offer your communities, as well as how to sign on. To access the shorter guide for the public, this is on our website. You can register on our website. If you have any trouble, you can contact us and we'll walk you through it. The full guide that I've been presenting in this presentation is not available on our website. However, if you are a partner with a signed agreement with Planet Youth, we'll distribute that after this event. So to use this guide, we have a really helpful table of contents. And as you can see, there's a lot of pages. So I recommend just looking over the guide and what content is there. But you don't have to read every page to start. You can really focus on the step you're in. For example, if you are building your local coalition, which is step one, you can focus in on all the content we have in templates and resources while looking ahead to the next step to see what you'll be completing with your communities next. The great news about this guide is that it will be updated regularly and we'll make announcements when future editions are released. We welcome feedback. If you are going through this guide and think there's some helpful content that could be included for future communities, please let us know. We really welcome that feedback. And our current translations are in English and Spanish. However, we'll continue to add translations that will be helpful to our partners. So please don't hesitate to let us know if there's a translation that will support your community. Now, I will answer any questions. If you have some questions, you can add them to the chat, and I will check the chat in a minute. But I do want to touch on some additional news from Planet Youth. Jan was mentioning some of these. We have the Planet Youth community on Facebook. This is a closed group for our partners to share ideas and ask questions and connect with one another. So if you have not received the link yet, it's on the slide here, and you can answer just a few quick questions about your community and where you're implementing, and agree to our group rules, and then you'll be allowed to join. We also have pages on social media. If you're not aware, we have a Facebook page and a LinkedIn page, and we share announcements and news on these pages. So please do follow and like them. And finally, we have an upcoming conference in Mexico, and you can find more information on the website about this. So those are some of our big initiatives that we've been working on. I really appreciate you listening. I'm going to stop the slideshow for a minute and just see if we have any questions in the chat. If you do, please add them, and we'll try and get to them today. Not seeing any, but thank you for introducing yourselves. I see a lot of familiar names, and it's good to see all of you today.
Thank you, Robin, for a wonderful presentation.
You're welcome.
Yeah, okay. Regarding the guide itself, there's one question I got before this webinar was who will have access to it, and will it be in one version or two? Could you maybe just briefly mention that?
Yeah, absolutely. So access to the guide, we have a full guide for our Planet Youth partners, and then we have a shorter guide that's available to the public. And the full guide, you will have access when we email it to you. If you're a signed on partner with Planet Youth, we're going to be emailing you soon with your copy. If you are not a signed on partner, you can access the shorter guide, which is on our website, and we have a registration page. If you have any trouble finding it, you can contact us and we'll walk you through it. All right, I'm not seeing any other questions here. If you do have questions and you think of it after we sign off this webinar, don't hesitate to email us. I'm happy to talk anytime about the guide, and if you need support walking through it, I'm happy to have a meeting and meet with you about that.
Thank you so much, Robin. I think you were so clear on everything that nobody needs to ask anything.
I'm sure, once you start diving into the content of the guidebook, there may be questions, and we're always here to support.
There we have a question. How long does it take a community to launch? I presume it's how long does it take to actually get involved? This varies. Sometimes we have communities that basically are already all set. They have a local coalition group. They have people ready at hand to start working in the process. So it can be a matter of a couple of months. We also have examples of communities that have taken a few months to actually get started. But the best way to get kind of introduced to that is we offer a short video meeting, 15, 20, 30 minutes, just to go over the basics, and where we explain the steps that actually need to be taken at the very beginning of the Planet Youth work in each community. So, and if you have a suggestion about time next week, week after, just let us know, and we set up a private video meeting with you. So please go ahead. Isn't that almost kind of Correct, Robin?
Yeah, so it's, launching Planet Youth in a community, it's different for every site. And I've had the wonderful opportunity to work with a lot of our communities around the world. And it depends on if you have a community group already established, if you have the structure in place. And so for some communities, it takes a little longer, and we're here to support you through that capacity building phase. And for others, they're ready to just dive right into implementation. But we're here to support every step of the way.
Perfect.
Okay, I'm not seeing any other questions, but if you are reading the guidebook, you think of something, like I said, don't hesitate to email us. We're always happy to walk you through it.
Thank you for that, Robin. I think, it looks like this has been very clear and informative. All our partners will have the full implementation guide sent to them, because it's this week.
Yes.
And the shorter version will be available on the Planet Youth website. Thank you also. So let's call it a day, and if you have any further questions, just you find us on the website, planetyouth.org. So
bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone. Have a good day. Thank you.